The TV1 News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and welcome. This is TV1 News. I'm Maricela Kelleton.
And I'm Rex Litter. Just reports later in the bulletin.
In this edition, DHES Secretary confirms thousands of tertiary spaces vacant, Kiponge seeks interim relief, and TVWAN's Cup all about unity. The Divine Word University Alumni Association Port Moresby chapter fulfilled its donation drive towards the Gerahu Hospital in Port Moresby Friday, 22nd of December 2023. After 3 weeks of the donation drive, many came along to donate much-needed items to the health facility. Executives and a handful of DWU alumni met with hospital staff at Gerahu to hand over the association's donations. The donation included toiletries, office stationery, desk fans, and kits for testing for dengue, typhoid, and HIV. Dr. Esther Gabut, Director of Medical Services, NCDPHA Gerahu Hospital, welcomed the team and the heartfelt gesture. She and hospital staff gave their alumni members a tour of the hospital afterwards. Dr. Gabut said the donated items will go a long way in quality patient care. Round 1 of the Australia Awards PNG Alumni Grants Scheme is now open. The Australian High Commission shares that eligible alumni across the country can now apply for a grant to conduct activities that support development outcomes in a range of sectors. The scheme is an initiative to support alumni to contribute to PNG's development and maintain connections with Australia. Sidelined National Airports Corporation Managing Director Rex Kiponge today filed submissions seeking several interim injunctive orders. Among them is for the court to reinstate him while the substantive matter is pending in court. Justice David Kennings, in presiding over this case, refused to take carriage of this matter and directed Kiponge's counsel to file this submission before Justice John Kerry, who is handling the substantive matter and can consolidate both matters together.
Solomon Wanis, lawyer representing Sidelined National Airports Corporation Managing Director Rex Kiponge, said Justice David Canning's stand not to deliberate on this application does not mean his client's submission seeking several interim injunctive orders has been dismissed, with directions given to file before Justice John Kerry. Wanis said he will move the motion as soon as Kerry returns from holidays. Wanis argues that Kiponge should remain in office pending a decision on the substantive matter. He claims that the actions of the Civil Aviation Minister to appoint a new acting head of NAC is illegal, and his submission is to seek relief to reinstate Kiponge to his former role. And with the substantive case scheduled to come before Justice Kerry on February 12, 2024, Wanis also raised concerns about possible changes to the NAC head within this period, which would further affect his client's submission, as NAC is named as the first defendant in this case. This, he says, is because the appointment of current acting MD, Dominic Kaumu, is for 3 months, and there are chances that the minister can make a new appointment when the 3 months lapses. The 3-month appointment ends on February 5th, while the case is scheduled to come before Justice Kerry on February 12th. To this, Justice Cannings assured Kiponge's counsel that Kaumu, as the current head of NAC, should remain until further orders of the court. A relieved one said the effect of this order means the minister cannot make any more acting appointments after Kaumu's 3-month acting appointment lapses until further orders from the court. The substantive matter returns to court on February 12th, but Kiponge and his team hope to file their interim injunctive application anytime when Justice Carey returns. Ruth Rungola, TV1 News.
New Ireland police made good use of their new holding cell in Caviang when they locked up teenagers and youths who were loitering or causing disturbances during the new year. Over 100 intoxicated young men who were being nuisances in public areas were rounded up and detained at the Caviang police station cell from the evening of December 31st, 2023 to January 1st, 2024. Provincial Police Commander Superintendent Albert Belly said most of the areas in New Ireland Province, including Cavian, Konos, Lakurumau, Namatanai, Lihir, and New Hanover. He said those few youths who went overboard and were celebrating on the road, those who were consuming alcohol or drugs were causing disturbances were taken in and arrested. The PPC attributed the peaceful celebrations to phase 1 of their operation, which included community and public outreach at bus stops, banks, shopping centers, and other public spaces. This is TV1 News. When we come back, Newmont acknowledged and Starlink granted operations license. Stay tuned.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSP Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy paid units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
Enjoy life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Hot and talk, young or old, a Scalra's family meal with home. We'll bring out the smiles cause it's our favorite from mine. Tennessee Cola, scale rice on scale price. Tennessee Cola, scale rice on scale price. Amber, you like it?
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo and milk taste and added nutrients, Milo and milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Prime PNG made.
The Toyota JD Hi-Ace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency, and quietness. Designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hi-Ace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort, and safety. Experience the ride on the Hi-Ace bus and experience the Hi-Ace pride. The bus that exceeds all expectation.
A quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier but you like it more.
Back to Smith and Smith to Dobra not friendly. Oh, interception! There it is, Simone, he's going to go all the way. No one's going to stop him. Perfectly spotted, perfectly patched.
This season, the Bunce family are taking the ultimate risk.
There's no investors, there's no third party.
We're paying for it ourselves.
We have to find some good jade.
The stakes are high, and every decision is their own.
Time and money is everything. That's how important it is.
Hit it! Rush, move.
It's all or nothing.
If we don't mine this year, we have no next year.
Jade Fever. All new season coming soon on Outdoor.
Welcome back. President of the PNG Chamber of Resources and Energy, Anthony Smare, has acknowledged Newmont Corporation's commitment to Papua New Guinea. Newmont, the world's largest gold company, closed off the Newcrest acquisition deal on the 6th of November, 2023.
Newmont Corporation completed the acquisition of Newcrest Mining Limited on the 6th of November 2023, making it the world's leading gold company with robust copper production. For the first time, they were represented at PNG's 17th Resources and Energy Investment Conference in Sydney that was held from the 10th to the 13th of December 2023 at the International Convention Centre. When welcoming the new faces at the conference, President of the PNG Chamber of Resources and Energy, Anthony Smare, acknowledged Newmont's President and Chief Executive Officer, Tom Palmer, saying the company that he leads will play an outsized role in contributing to our economy and investing in PNG, both now and into the future.
As you know, the big news in the mining industry in 2023 was undoubtedly Newmont's $15 billion acquisition of Newcrest, which closed on the 6th of November 2023, consolidating Newmont's position as the world's largest gold company with a market capitalization of $45 billion. Now, there was some conjecture in financial media from commentators about whether Newmont would dispose or keep Newcrest PNG assets. Well, the good news is that Newmont didn't just commit to PNG, but they doubled down in a big way. Firstly, they ensured that 100 million of shares were listed on POMSOX to be made available to PNG shareholders to acquire, allowing retail investors, Papua New Guinean mums and dads to gain exposure to Newmont's growth, and particularly the opportunities that come through the development of Wafi-Golpu. And secondly, Tom announced that they were setting up a PNG as a regional business unit of its own, separate from Australia, run out of Port Moresby, with its own managing director to administer Lihir and Newmont's interest in Wafi-Golpu and any other interest that they acquire or develop in the future. Now, Tom is an Aussie, fourth-generation miner. He's the son of legendary Rio Tinto mining executive Terry Palmer, who those of us who had some involvement with Bougainville remember that Terry had an involvement with Bougainville, with BCL back in the 90s.
Smare said for the CEO of the world's largest gold company to speak to attendees about their confidence in PNG as an investment destination engenders a lot of goodwill in PNG custom.
It's something, Tom, we call passing. The behaviors of showing respect and courtesy that go a long way, and it's something that Papua New Guineans don't forget.
Kamala Guare, TV1 News.
Apart from Newmont, the new management of ExxonMobil, PNG and Total Energies made their first appearances at the 17th PNG Resources and Energy Investment Conference as well. The new chairperson and managing director of ExxonMobil PNG Limited, Tara Chandra, was also acknowledged with the new senior vice president of Asia Pacific for Total Energies, Thomas Maraz. Chandra was appointed in May 2023, replacing Peter Laden, who became the Senior Upstream and Low Carbon Solutions Advisor to the ExxonMobil Corporation Executive Committee in Texas.
There's also a change of leadership in Exxon, who are an outsized player and contributor to our economy. And this is Tara Chandra's first Sydney conference. Tara took over from Peter Laden earlier this year, having moved over from the head office in Houston. And she's already in the thick of things, supporting Exxon's partner Total Energies with the Papua LNG project, pushing forward with the development of the Pinyang project, as well as the exciting exploration work that Exxon is doing in PNG. So Tara, welcome. Please, if you could go out of your way when you see Tara to thank you for coming. She relocated a whole family, including her daughters, aged 12 and 9, to come and live in Papua New Guinea, which is fantastic. Speaking of Total, this is also the first time there was a change of leadership at Total, with the senior VP changing, with Thomas Marasse joining as senior VP for Asia Pacific. And it's his first time attending this conference, and he will be overseeing the delivery of the Papua LNG.
Octedi Mining Limited has surpassed its annual sediment dredge target of 10 million cubic meters and its rehabilitation target of 35 hectares for 2023 at its bigger operations located 125 kilometers from the mine. The bigger operations dredged 10.3 cubic meters of river sediments and rehabilitated 40 hectares of sand stockpile in 2023.
Octedi Mining Limited has surpassed its annual sediment dredge and rehabilitation targets for 2023. This achievement highlights the company's dedication to managing the sediment loads into the Octedi and Fly River systems, preventing adverse environmental and social impacts. According to OTML, although the bigger operations team had set an annual sediment dredge target at 10 cubic meters and 35 hectares of stockpile rehabilitation for 2023, they have exceeded those figures through hard work, perseverance, and commitment despite a few challenges, including the dry weather. Manager for bigger operations, Naiman Kepan, said achieving these targets is important to OTML as it contributes to maintaining the company's social license to operate while mitigating the impacts of riverine sediments on the environment and the associated implications on local communities. The collaboration between different OTML teams and the dredging contractor Dredeco demonstrates an inclusive and integrated approach to safely achieving the set targets without major incidents. Salome Vincent, TVWAN News.
Before the end of 2023, the Centre for Excellence in Financial Inclusion and the West New Britain Provincial Government signed a revised agreement. The MOU was signed to continue on the partnership between CEFI and the West New Britain Provincial Government in promoting financial inclusion in the province. Activities would include advocacy, awareness and implementation of the National Financial Inclusion Strategy 2023 to 2027, among many other similar activities. CEFI's Deputy Executive Director Peter Samuel congratulated the West New Britain Provincial Government on their efforts to promote financial inclusion in the province. The Tourism Promotion Authority plans to submit the final draft of the National Tourism Policy for government endorsement early this year. Throughout 2023, TPA and the Pacific Private Sector Development Initiative have worked together to develop this policy. Before the end of 2023, the Tourism Promotion Authority of Papua New Guinea held a validation workshop for Pacific Private Sector Development Initiative, or PSDI-supported National Tourism Policy. Throughout 2023, PSDI had been working with Visit Papua New Guinea Tourism Promotion Authority to develop a new national tourism policy for the country. The development of the policy reached an important milestone during a two-day workshop, as TPA hosted a validation workshop to gather stakeholder feedback on the draft document. 50 participants from the public and private sector, academia, and civil society took part. TPA Chief Executive Officer Eric Mossman Uvovo noted that the National Tourism Policy is focused on ensuring that all available opportunities for tourism development and growth in country are maximized to the best of advancing Papua New Guinea's capacity to provide world-class facilities and experiences for all PNG tourists in the next 20 years. Feedback gathered through the validation workshop was aimed at informing the final draft of the policy, which will be submitted for government endorsement early in 2024. 6,000 spaces for tertiary learning are still available. The situation is as it is because results from the 2023 Grade 12 exams were late in reaching the Department of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology. While there is still time for tertiary institutions to fill in these spaces, Acting Secretary for DHEST, Father Jan Schuba, is more concerned about the low academic level in 2023 for grade 12s across the country. He intends to research this with his counterpart in the Department of Education.
School holidays is slowly winding down. While educators are preparing for the new academic year, there are some anxious parents and students wondering about space in school, whether it's a new enrollment, a transfer, or acceptance to college. Interestingly, this year 6,000 spaces are still vacant for tertiary learning. It seems this situation has come about because of a late start to selections. Acting Secretary for Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, Father Jan Schuba, told this newsroom that DHEST received grade 12 marks late from the Department of Education.
That we received the final marks too late from the Department of Education. So it was on the 21st of December. And during the selection period, 10,007 students were selected according to the choices they made. The remaining students were put to the national pool for institutions to consider them, to select them. So basically, we still have around 3,800 possible choices for students to be selected. As I mentioned, it was an unfortunate situation.
According to Father Jan, institutions with spaces have an option to select from the national pool.
In the past, the institution was selecting the student. Now, through the electronic system, the student is selecting the institution, is only facilitating. The Department of Education is not selecting students. We don't have access to the criteria which this institution set up, and we don't have access to the quotas they set up. So now all the institutions which have some space left have an option, go to the national pool, see which students have the right combination of subject and the right GPA, and invite the students if the students want to join them.
Father Jan said that this morning he received information that 3 universities invited students to join them, but the students declined. He said DHEST has no authority to force institutions to accept students.
I have my first assessment. I am comparing the academic level of students since 2017 each year. And unfortunately, the academic level is dropping. This year is the worst ever we had. Doesn't matter if it's from a remote high school or capital city or town. It's a puzzling, and I don't want to jump to quick conclusion. I will meet with my colleague, Dr. Komra. We have to sit down together, most probably through quick research, to establish what are the factors which contributed to the extremely low level academic level of grade 12.
Jasmine Rojak, TVWAN News.
And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2681 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2606 $0.3923 Australian dollars, $0.2305 euro, and 36.61 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, cocoa is trading higher. Copper closed the day unchanged, and the rest closed the day lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. You're watching TV1 News. We'll have news from abroad when we return. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
When you're spending time with family, when you've got a big day ahead, when you have given it all you've got, when you're putting on a feast, that's when you want the best. That's when you want flame rice. New flame rice. Win him all get up.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magical karaoke, up a big smile on face. Time for kim chicken, a great fumu too. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi trubla. All get a young planalapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one-time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Lager, Bunyamyumi.
Strong like you, smart like me. I hope they don't break. Now surely look his son. This is Relaxo. Strong plus thread. Should I try them on you?
No, please. I'll take them.
Relaxo. Very strong, lasts long.
Rips the return down the line on the second serve.
A strong way to finish. A strong way to keep France alive in this tie.
He's seen as a table legend.
That is delicious.
Join Tommy Gomes in a tasty culinary voyage.
Holy mackerel. Did I just say that? We're exploring where your quality American seafood comes from. Quality is key. The uglier the fish, the better it tastes.
Take a deep dive into America's commercial fishing culture. The Fishmonger. First and exclusive. Coming soon on Outdoor.
Welcome back. In news overseas, 12 Australians were among more than 370 people who escaped a burning airliner after a collision with a Coast Guard aircraft at Tokyo's Haneda Airport. 5 of the 6 crew on board the Coast Guard plane died in the incident. Live footage showed the Japan Airlines Airbus A350 airliner burst into flames as it skidded down the tarmac. Video and images shared on social media showed passengers shouting inside the plane's smoke-filled cabin and running across the tarmac after escaping via an evacuation slide. All 367 passengers and 12 crew were evacuated from the blazing airliner, but the fire was not extinguished until shortly after midnight after burning for more than 6 hours. Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida says the country is facing a battle against time to rescue survivors after a series of major earthquakes. At least 62 people were known to have died, with the toll expected to climb as rescuers battle aftershocks and poor weather to comb through rubble. 2 of the latest reported deaths come from Suzu, where the death toll grew to 22 people, according to city officials. 24 people died in nearby Wajima city. Around 200 tremors have been detected since the quake first hit on Monday. It's possible that more strong shocks could hit in coming days, the Japan Meteorological Agency warned. For many university students, discounted public transport fares are a valuable perk helping to keep costs low. But a significant number of students aren't eligible for the discount. Online and part-time students are among those not allowed to access the cheaper fares, and there's calls for that to change to help those juggling work and study.
Australian university student Rihanna Hilditch thought she was eligible for cheaper public transport fares, but that changed when she was confronted by officials on an Adelaide train.
She just pulled out a piece of paper out of her pocket and just pointed at it and said, "No, not online students, you see it there."
Like many university students, Miss Hilditch balances a job with her study to help her pay the bills. But because she studies online, she's ineligible for the discounted student fare offered by Adelaide Metro.
It felt like I was being told I wasn't a valid student, like I wasn't putting in 20, 25 hours a week of study.
Online, part-time, interstate and correspondence studies students are not eligible for Adelaide Metro's student concession. With significant numbers of students now studying off campus, some say it's time for that rule to change.
A lot of online students, they'll seek out study hubs, they'll go to local libraries to study.
Scrapping public transport fees, of course, would be an easy solution to fixing some of the problems with the concession system.
South Australia's Transport Minister says he'll consider making part-time on-campus students eligible for the concession, but he's defending the policy to prevent online students from accessing the discount.
But if you are full-time online, I don't think it really justifies it, and I'm prepared to sort of die in a ditch here on this. Public transport is already subsidised within nearly 98% of its cost.
A position likely to leave some remote students frustrated.
Oysters are a popular delicacy over the holiday period. Worth more than $35 million a year, the oyster industry has been the most valuable aquaculture industry in New South Wales for more than 100 years. But recent weather events have threatened production, leading farmers to look to new ways to keep their businesses afloat.
Clyde River oyster farmer Kevin McCash fought to protect his sheds and infrastructure during the Black Summer bushfires. But things would become even tougher with the impact of heavy rain, flooding and COVID.
The last 3 years has been a bit hectic.
Oysters are strictly monitored for food safety and can only be harvested in the right conditions. Tired of the disruption of freak weather events, Kevin invested more than $150,000 in a wet storage tank system, helped through a bushfire recovery grant. It keeps oysters fresh, meaning he can still sell his produce when the river is shut.
A large rainfall up the river, it'll close the river for perhaps a week or two. If we get warning of that, we fill those wet storage tanks up and we can last for a couple of weeks.
Interest in wet storage systems surged among oyster farmers during the La Niña period. Authorities are checking to make sure they meet safety standards.
Wet storage will just be part of an oyster farmer or mussel farmer's toolbox, where he can use that to his advantage.
At the moment, growers can't even meet domestic demand for oysters. By using technology to increase the efficiency of his operations, Kevin McCash hopes to increase supply and see Sydney rock oysters exported all around the world.
It's just a more efficient way to work.
While the export trade might still seem like a pipe dream, this farmer is certain he's now a little more protected from whatever the weather can throw at him.
Back home, the official announcement was made for the issuance of a 5-year operator license to Starlink Incorporated for its satellite services by the National Information and Communication Technology Authority. ICT Minister Timothy Massieu made the announcement in East New Britain province recently, highlighting the license's significance in enabling Starlink to establish, maintain and operate the satellite network, bringing broadband telecommunication services especially to rural and remote areas of Papua New Guinea.
For Information and Communication Technology Timothy Massieu shared that the licensing of Starlink is a positive impact to our sector and our New Year's gift to Papua New Guinea. in the aim to address the long-standing challenges faced by regions in PNG regarding internet access. The decision followed a public consultation by NICTA. Minister Masio expressed confidence that Starlink's entry would promote competition, contribute to the government's policy goals for universal access, and pave the way for the digital transformation of PNG. NICTA Chairman Noel Mobia shared that it took NICTA some time after maybe 9 to 10 years of development. The positive side is they can connect all remote schools now, and the cost to this satellite service is very low compared to fixed orbit satellites, which is a plus for government. Starlink is a satellite internet constellation operated by American aerospace company SpaceX, providing coverage to over 70 countries. Jasmine Rojak, TVWAN News.
That's all for news. Over to you, Rex.
Thank you, Marisela. When we come back, Team East Sepik Boxing welcomes PNG Games deferment and Vipers yet to call squad.
Want more data for less? Get it now with Digicel's revamped Red Club. Enjoy data bundles from as low as 1 GB per gigabyte. Plus rollover data, the widest coverage, fastest speeds, and best reliability. Only with Red Club. Join Digicel's exclusive Red Club today and get loads more data for less. Yes! Data bundles from as low as 1 GB per gigabyte. Whoa! Join today for as low as 10 GB weekly to access discounted data bundles and get more data for less. Dial *675# or visit the My Digicel app today. The Red Club. Only with Digicel.
Daniela, why no la kaya mo se drive up so ito pa can pass around.
How dare you! Digicel's TV's 80 channel plus 5 Filipino plan keeps you entertained with 80 channels of world-class entertainment plus 5 Filipino channels for you to follow more of your favorite Filipino drama non-stop. That's right, you'll always keep up with your favorite Filipino dramas.
It's game over for you.
When is she going to stop making up stories?
Margaret, that's enough.
This is my only chance to get my daughter back.
What are you talking about, Pina?
Gael. Subscribe to a 80 channel plus 5 Filipino Digicel prepaid pack, 1, 7, 14 or 30-day plan, and enjoy 80 channel of world-class entertainment plus 5 channels of Filipino dramas. Dial *515# to subscribe now. Digicel TV. More channels, more choice, more value.
St. John Ambulance, how can we help you?
Calls like these are part of our day-to-day routine at St. John Ambulance.
Office base, this is Alpha 130. We cannot locate the patient or the house.
Our crew is unable to locate you. Ma'am, I would like to send you a text which has a link that can help us find you.
Introducing the GoodSim application. When you click on the link, you give us permission to log into your location and get to you in time.
Confirmed office base. Alpha 130 has arrived on scene.
This locals only race, I think, is a great idea.
What do you do for a living? I'm a general contractor.
I'm welder by trade.
I joined the Air Force. I built bombs for a living.
I'm really excited to be out here racing with my daughter. Some people do cheerlead. We drag race.
I really want to race a 405, guys. Best of the best are right here.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Here we go.
Street Outlaws locals only. Tonight, 6:30 on Turbo.
If you can see it, you can believe it. By having the support of the Formula One teams and Formula One Academy, we can raise global awareness and inspire the next generation of girls and young women to understand that there are opportunities for them in motorsport, both on and off track.
F1 Academy is about bringing real and lasting change to ensure talented young women and girls have the right system in place to allow and achieve their dreams. Today is a very important moment as it shows this impact the project is having and the support it is receiving from across the F1 community. I can't wait to see the 10 F1 team liveries and drivers running in F1 Academy next season.
I want to thank the Formula One teams for their support and their vision. Our mission is to create lasting and impactful change, and I'm confident that together we can achieve this.
Welcome back. Team East Sepik has welcomed the deferment of the 8 PNG Games. The biannual event has again been moved to September 2024. It's been scheduled to take place in Mendi, Southern Islands Province. Kalau Lucas has been preparing the East Sepik boxing team for the PNG Games while expressing the satisfaction over continuous deferment of the Games. He says it allows more preparation time both in training and raising of funds. Lucas believes the government of the day will support the team after seeing the support and praise given to the 3 athletes Asila Apkup, Emmanuel Anis and Magdalene Swaki after their successful campaigns at the recent Pacific Games in the Solomon Islands. Lucas further said East Sepik is bidding to host the 9th PNG Games. Should their bid be successful, he is confident they will deliver a successful one. 10 years of the biggest off-season soccer tournament in Ley and Morobe Province, the TVWAN Cup has all been about unity. The purpose of the tournament is about bringing peace in Ley City and not about making money. Patron Andrew Maswe stressed this in his New Year's message.
As well, marking the 10-year celebrations of the TVWAN Cup, the message was very clear from tournament patron Andrew Namuse.
Message by me along this afternoon, I'm very clear. The purpose of us running this tournament in Olomoni, the purpose of us to run this tournament and bringing peace in Ley City.
The purpose of this tournament is about bringing peace in Ley City and not about making money. He added the main reason for TVWAN Cup is to keep everyone together, including the youths who are often involved in petty crimes over the festive period. Namues called on the government to increase funding into youth development in PNG or the country is heading for disaster.
This is the whole reason I come up in TVWAN Cup. Like keeping everybody together during the Christmas Eve, it's going to be the 1st of January.
He added everyone goes on to fully complete the education process, even getting employed, but many become failures and roam the streets. He said the government needs to align these unemployed youths with the working class and those currently in schools. Nonetheless, Mr. Namues announced stepping down after 10 years of running the TVWAN Cup and passing the baton to his immediate relatives to carry on the legacy. Minister for Community Development, Youth and Religion, Jason Peter, officiating the grand final, acknowledged the tremendous effort by the Namues family. Minister Peter, who is also the member for Huon Gulf, vowed to have a bigger and better tournament this year. Meantime, Pascal's FC retained the 2023-2024 TVWAN Cup for the 3rd consecutive year with a 1-0 victory over 2014 champions City United FC. In other division grand final results for the Open Women, Poro FC defeated TVWAN FC 4-2 in a penalty shootout after scores were tied 1-1. 13A Natives defeated Netab FC 2-1 in regular time for the under-17s, and the under-12s saw Erico TVWAN oust DD Mates 4-3 in a penalty shootout. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Following the announcement of Charlie Wabo as head coach and Nelson Stone as head trainer, the Money Plus NCDC Vipers aims to assemble the squad for its 2023 DG ExxonMobil Cup competition campaign soon. Chairman of the franchise, Dr. Newton Albert, said the announcement of the pre-season training squad will be done as soon as technical staff and as settled in over the next few weeks. Dr. Albert thanked all applicants who bid for roles. He said some positions at the club are still open. Outcomes will be made known internally. Bulk of the players are expected to retain their spots in the team, with few new faces expected to join from the recently concluded NCD Governors' Cup tournament. Gulf ISO franchise PRK Gulf ISO has concluded a comprehensive talent identification program to build up its stock for the future. The hunt for new talent was launched immediately after the completion of the 2023 Digicel ExxonMobil Cup season, resulting in the selection and announcement of a train and trial squad for the 2024 season.
While most franchise clubs took time off footy to recuperate and refocus on the next season, Gulf franchise PRK Gulf ISO used the off-season to go rural and hunt for new talent. The Talent Identification Program initiative mainly targeted youths with Gulf heritage in Mosby South, Mosby Northeast, and Mosby Northwest, both in the under-20 and senior men's division. The selection trials were hosted at the Mosby South Stadium, featuring 3 teams of Gulf heritage from Port Moresby and a provincial select side from Gulf. After the successful completion of the Gulf TIP, a train and trial squad of around 50 players was selected. While majority of the squad are new faces, there are a number of names worth noting. They include returning ISO players from last season in the likes of Kenny Laho, Emmanuel Balio, Eliza Nalamau, Elekim Lukara, Charles Kumbi, Ezra Dean Sakaya, Michael Timothy, Rex Tandoa, Patrick Koivi, and Lem Eddy. Also included in the squad is Angamiok's Grand Final star center Kevin Yako. Kerma Open MP and patron of Gulf ISO Thomas Opa, Chairman Ori Mai, the board of Gulf ISO, including coach Roger Laka and team manager Raymond Apopo Aru, were part of the panel to oversee the selection process. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
West Tigers is delighted to announce the signing of star 5'8" Zeram Luai on a 5-year deal. The 3-time Premiership winning playmaker will join the club at the end of next season. Luai has played 107 games for the Panthers over 6 seasons, making his NRL debut in 2018. The 26-year-old Jerome Luai has helped Penrith to 3 consecutive grand final triumphs over the past 3 years, during which time he made 7 State of Origin appearances for the New South Wales. West Tigers head coach Benji Marshall believes the addition of Luai will be great for the club. Marshall said Luai's experience as a genuine Premiership winning playmaker will be great for the team and the club and the future of the club. Marshall said Jerome plays his footy well, that they very much look forward to welcoming him and his family to the club in 2025. Luai is excited about joining West Tigers but wants to focus on his final season at the Panthers. He will make the move at the end of the 2024 season and reunite with a few of his former Panthers teammates, Apik Reisau, Brent Naden and Charlie Staines. A global game on a local pitch is fostering a sense of belonging among Queensland's African community. The Football Cup of Nations tournament is attracting hundreds of players since its inception, especially among young women who are releasing the opportunity to compete.
The Queensland African Cup of Nations has players kicking goals on and off the pitch. Starting just 3 years ago, participation has soared.
As girls, we don't really have a lot of opportunity when it comes to soccer, especially in the African community, because a lot of our parents think soccer are not for girls, they're mostly for boys. But we made it our mission to change that.
And change they did. Now there are 5 women's teams in the tournament.
It gives us an opportunity to show what we can do. We can be better than boys. I don't know if you know, but we can be better than boys. Yeah, I love this game.
Community leaders say love for this game is also changing narratives.
It's important that we see the potential in the young people than actually the problems or the challenges. And you can see with the number, the participation, the turnout. Not many events or activities can attract this large number of young people.
The Cup is also inspiring the next generation.
There's a lot of youth or young boys here that are looking up to the players. A lot of them, wanting photos and wanting our jerseys after the games.
I feel like as a football player, you can be a role model, you can be
anything through football.
Bringing pride to their home countries.
Being a part of this team, it's more than just the girls itself. Like it's about playing for your own country as well. Like people back home are even supporting you.
It's like coming back home, but without taking the flight and going back home, you know?
A sense of belonging through sport.
That's all we have in sports. Maricela.
Thank you, Rex. We'll now have the weather forecast for the next 24 hours.
Southern, isolated showers and thunderstorms. Port Moresby, partly cloudy with possible showers and thunderstorms. Omase, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Lae, partly cloudy with few showers. New Guinea Islands, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms with some areas of rain. Kokopo and Rabaul, partly cloudy with possible showers and thunderstorms. Highlands, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Goroka and Kundiawa, partly cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Coral Sea, sea slight to moderate with east to southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots. Bismarck Sea, sea smooth with east to southeast winds of 5 to 10 knots. Coastal waters forecast. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Islands to Kerma to Yule Island to Hood Point to Samari Islands. Seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters. Waters of Manus and its western group of islands. Waters of East and West New Britain to New Island. Seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters.
And that brings us to the end of this edition of TVWAN News. Have a pleasant evening. Bye for now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.